for me to start to get into vocalizing, writing, and all that stuff on a personal level, started this year when I had posted up a few videos of myself singing for the first time. How do I keep on moving? I keep on moving by accepting what is as is. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, turn the darkness into light. One of those situations.
Okay.
Because there are bad days, there are horrible days, and those horrible days, it's not entirely what someone else will say, do to me. It's entirely how I'm receiving it, how I'm managing it in here. So there will be days where I will be affected,
Yeah.
confined within here, within my mind. And then there are days where I'm just exuberant, I'm happy, and that's what keeps me going. Just expecting the next day and just going through it as is.
No. That's good. So let's talk about mental health. What is mental health to you? How do you define it?
Mental health to me is something that is constantly evolving. Mental health to me is constantly evolving within myself, within my being, within my mind, constantly choosing to make the decision to make myself happy, to always have the happy hormones flowing through myself, but also knowing when the bad ones come, when the bad days come, I should make the decision to push through it. Yeah, mental health to me, I feel like I can talk about it all day because it's so complex. It has so many meanings to me depending on what day you ask me.
Like, let's say, there are a lot of people that, try to avoid certain things and never deal with it. So,
Yeah.
how important is it to deal with things? Because they keep on building up, and the day that it all comes together, it might not be as nice.
um with dealing with things, I feel like it's like you've got a cup of water, right? Have you ever heard about the idea of when you speak to water, it either there's 2 cups of water, sorry. So the story is there's 2 cups of water, and 1 cup of water is spoken to with kindness, and the other cup of water is spoken to with bad words. And when the scientists checked the frequencies within the cups, they found that the other cup of water had very low vibration, and the other one had high vibration. It was healthy water. It had the minerals that were right for the person. And so sorry, what was the question again? I'm trying to get back to
So
why do people hold on to bad things? So
yeah.
you can, it all starts with here. It all starts with your mind. So you could be by yourself, and I think so many people have seen this. You could be by yourself and be in bad company, or you could be with yourself and be in good company. So you could be holding on to bad thoughts, bad feelings, bad emotions of yourself telling yourself horrible things. And that, I feel like, sets in motion a lot of grudge, a lot of ill feeling, a lot of, because you're constantly talking bad things about yourself. So it's like, okay, but are you leaving space to breathe, to grow, to feel other things, to feel good things? And in that sense, I feel like you could hold a lot of bad emotions, because then you leave space for, if someone says, oh yeah, no, this person did this to you, and you must hold on to that. Why are they doing this to me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why this? Why that? I feel like it holds a lot of, it carries a lot of strength, a lot of negative strength. And it um negative energy is very easy. It's easier. It's easier to hold on to than to be in a good place. That's why a lot of people stay in really bad mental states, because it's easier. It's easier to just say, no, nay, this, no, that. And yeah, I think that's why people hold on to a lot of bad things, and they hold back, and they're holding themselves back by holding on to those things, because it's easier to be negative, to speak to yourself badly, than it is to say, oh, I like this about myself.
You know, with that said, you know, it reminds me of something that I heard somewhere. It was like, you know, when you're in a bad place, no, it's rare that someone would say, why are you there and stuff like that. But if you're doing good things, they'd be like, so hey, you think you're better than us, you think this and stuff like that. So, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know. So basically it's just having a positive outlook on life, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's being able to say, okay, I'm going wrong here. I'm feeling bad. Need to get myself out. It's being able to reflect on yourself and say, okay, here I may have said this to someone. Why did I say it? It's questioning yourself.
yeah, and then
That's the only person you're answerable to.
yeah, you know, and let's talk about also how the negativity these days also can lead into suicide. You know, like there's so many people that are holding so many things to themselves, and you know, with just a conversation with somebody, it can help a lot. So, you know, what are some of the things that you think about when it comes to that topic?
Um, for me, when it comes to suicide awareness, and shout out to Suicide Awareness Month. We're in the month of September. Um, when it comes to suicide awareness, I feel like it, and I wrote a blog about this. Suicide isn't scary.
Mm-hmm.
Not being able to understand it is. Not being speaking about it and being stigmatized and being scared of is what is scary. For there's so many people um are they have suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts probably cross so many people's minds,
Mm-hmm.
maybe jokingly in their heads. um Maybe they say it out of darkness that they're feeling, but it is true.
Mm-hmm.
They are that is something that's a real emotion. It's something that you're feeling. It's something that must be identified. It's something that must be spoken about. It must be voiced out, because I feel like reasons for so many things, every reason has a solution.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not the solution, then it has a process to get you to a place where you're out of it. But now we come to a place where you could be stigmatized for saying, oh, I feel like killing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like those are the conversations that need to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to kill yourself? That's the question that we should be asking. And people will go to other people and they'll say, oh, I've been feeling this way, and other people be like, oh my god, no, why would you say that? Why are you doing that? And in a sense, with the intention of, ish, yuck. That's so dark, that's so evil. Why are you so sad? You're a sadist, you're an attention seeker, you're this, you're that. They fear judgment before they can even put their foot out in the door to continue walking to what the reasons and the causes might be.
Yeah, I guess that's why you and I are here, and that's why there are so many people out there who want everyone to succeed. And taking your life, there's always somebody who has been through something and they've come out of it. So no matter what situation you go through, it's just like, please keep going forward, and then listen to motivation. And if you feel like the people around you could judge you, you can be like, talk to a stranger or something who motivates you.
Yeah,
So,
yes. Talk to a stranger, talk to anyone who's willing to listen, someone who understands and say, okay, from that point, keep on going. It's not the end, it's not over. And it's such a broad conversation of the causes. I think in 2020, in the age of technology and so-called tools of communication, it's on the rise. It's on the rise with I think men first of all, and then women, because men are like on the top. They're on in the top of the list when it comes to suicide, the causes of death being suicide. And it's scary. This is scary. This is a very scary fact. It's the 10th most common cause of death around the world.
the what?
The 10th highest cause of death around the world
Is what?
is suicide.
The 10th, sorry, could you say that one more time? The 10th?
The 10th
Uh-huh.
cause, the 10th cause of death, the
Oh,
10th reason cause
okay.
of death
Okay.
around the world
No, I'm confused.
is because of suicide.
Okay. So yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't phrasing it.
Uh-huh. So yeah, on a brighter note and stuff, what would you say for the dreamers and stuff like that? Because to get where you want to be, you need to envision it, write it down, and move forward. So what would be your advice to them?
Something that keeps me going, something that keeps me inspired as a dreamer, and I say it with no shame because there's no shame to it, is this quote by Maya Angelou that says, "Nothing human can be alien to me." Okay? So if we broaden this out, we're talking about, she says in her poem, the thief, the batterer, and she mentions all these people who have committed sins and crimes. And she mentions Gandhi, Martin Luther King, um, and all these other people. If a human being could dare and dream to be Mahatma Gandhi, and if a human being can stoop as low as being a thief, that just shows for me, when I interpret it, that we all have the potential to be who we want to be. And it's just about saying, okay, making that decision and saying, I want to be Rochelle Daphne. I want to be a singer. I want to be the best soul artist, starting with Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the best soul artist starting in Lusaka. I want to be, and then putting that in motion and putting it in practice, finding your team, getting the right team. You always have to have the right people on your side, right mentors, people telling you things that you know are good for you. You have to be able to be communicative with your team. You have to be able to put in the work,
Mm-hmm.
the time, the hours. Yeah, you have to be able to do all those things in order to achieve your dream. You have to write it down, like you said. You have to follow the plan, stick to the plan. And if the plan doesn't, then if you feel like the plan isn't going as you planned it to be, find a way out. There's so many angles, so many perspectives, so many ways to get to where you want to be, to follow your dream.
Yeah, and also to go with that is that, I was listening to like Odemaya, he was having a conversation with this guy who built like 500 apartments and stuff, with the loan. So he was like, for you to do something, right? And then if you feel like, okay, you have to give up, try to put like hours, they should add up to about 10 years. That's when you can say, okay, I should stop. So meaning that it's part of your story, So yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So with that said, where can people reach you? And and do you have any last words?
I feel like I put my last words in to follow your dream.
Okay.
Pray, be good to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think everything. I feel like I've summarized everything in there. And to close, I feel like as Africans must seriously take Suicide Awareness Month seriously, especially the men.
Mm-hmm.
Find out the information, sensitize yourselves, follow your dreams, stick to the plan, and stream my music, support.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I'll close with that.
where can they reach you? Like your Instagram, socials and stuff.
You can find me on Facebook at Rochelle Daphne. I think you'll find my page. And then on Instagram, same underscore Rochelle Daphne underscore. And yeah, so those are the only social media sites I have open at the moment. But when I do open everything else, it will be all on the same tag, Rochelle Daphne.
And YouTube,
And YouTube. It's also Rochelle Daphne on YouTube. I'm Rochelle Daphne, a Zambian artist, and I am here to prompt the youth that they can.
All right. Thank you. Anybody who wants to get inspired, just hit me up and follow your dream.